Okay, I think now we have just about everyone. We've got our Zoom situation sorted. So we made it. I just want to acknowledge that we're in a new world of COVID and a new world of technology. And I've yet to be in a situation where something, goes 100% perfectly. So we appreciate all your patience with our technology. And so just wanted to get that out there. But let's start with a good morning, North Seattle College. Yay, good morning. Welcome to the 2020 North Seattle College President's Day. I'm Renee Infelice, and I am a retention and student success specialist, and I work actually both for North Seattle College and the district in the International Programs Department. I'm excited to be one of your MCs for today's event and to share the stage with a person who needs no introduction, my awesome co-MC, Stephanie Dykes.
Thank you, Renee. I really appreciate your kindness there. Good morning, everyone. I'm Stephanie Dykes, Executive Director of Institutional Effectiveness. We're so glad to see all of you today for our annual President's Day and first ever online President's Day. I think we all look forward to the day when we'll gather in person. But for now, thank you for helping us kick off the year together.
This morning, we want to give a warm welcome to our interim president, Dr. Chemene Crawford, on her very first President's Day. Dr. Crawford, thank you for stepping in to lead the college during what can really only be described as a very unforgettable year. We look forward to hearing from you today, and in keeping with North tradition, we'll also welcome new employees, new student leaders, and our union representatives. For the second half of the program, we're going to give you a chance to chime in and reconnect in our small group breakout sessions.
We begin our program by honoring the land that North Seattle College occupies. I invite Christy Santos of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion team to read our land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of North Seattle College, we acknowledge that we occupy the traditional ancestral lands of the Coast Salish peoples, specifically the Duwamish tribe, a people that are still here continuing to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. Without them, we would not have access to this gathering, dialogue, learning, and Zoom space. We ask that we take this opportunity to thank the original caretakers of this land who are still here. The Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion is committed to supporting Indigenous and Native students beyond land acknowledgements. Our institutional actions thus far include building a strong partnership with the Urban Native Education Alliance and their Clear Sky Youth Leadership Program, building a pathway for Indigenous and Native youth from high school to North Seattle College, and an endowed scholarship for Indigenous students. Back to you, MCs.
Thank you, Christy, for honoring the history of this land. Oh, I'm getting a little feedback. Sorry. Thank you, Christy, for honoring the history of this land and of our college. This morning, we also take a moment to honor an event that took place 5 years ago today, the Aurora Bridge bus accident. And actually, that was my very first President's Day was 5 years ago today. 5 North Seattle College international students were lost in the accident, and the tragedy still weighs heavy on our hearts today. Stephanie Dykes will lead us in a moment of remembrance.
Hello, everyone. It's my honor to lead us in remembering the students we lost 5 years ago in the Aurora Bridge bus accident. This was also my first President's Day at North, and it's certainly a day I'll never forget, as North was in the headlines and leading news and all the TV channels. Usually we take this moment to gather together to share our memories in the World Community Garden. That space will always serve as a place we can go to remember the students lost in the accident. Please join me in a moment of silence in memory of Claudia Der Schmidt, Ram Kim, Pravando Ivan Putradanto, Mami Sato, and Runji Song, and in memory of all those injured in the Aurora Bridge accident. Thank you all for taking this moment of remembrance.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I know that's a moment that I'll never forget working here at North. And now let's transition, and I would like to have you all please give a warm welcome to our Board of Trustees Chair, Steve Hill, and Chancellor Sean Pan, who are joining us this morning. Welcome, Trustee Hill and Chancellor Pan. We're happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm here. Is Dr. Pan?
I'm here. Go ahead.
You want to go first, or do you want me to?
Go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. All right. Well, good morning, everyone, and I really appreciate being invited and included in this event. I want to comment on the tragic Aurora Bridge accident, and I appreciate that you all had reflected on the lives lost and the lives impacted. I was a trustee at the time, and I admire the way this community responded to the event and since. I also want to recognize first responders, doctors, and hospitals that managed the emergency response. We're fortunate to have these public servants in our community. I also want to echo the comment Renee made about welcoming Dr. Crawford to our district and North. I believe we are really fortunate to have her extensive experience and wisdom as we move through these challenging times. I'm here as one trustee, and I have 4 colleagues, and we all wanted to express our appreciation of how each of you has responded to the multiple challenges of 2020. Thank you all for your focus on students and quickly pivoting to remote learning and problem solving to make it accessible. I know it took a lot of effort and learning and change to make that happen, and I know it's still going on. I also want to stop for a minute and recognize all the important changes that have been accomplished over the last several years in Seattle colleges, including pathways, Seattle promises, combining back office, IT, website, student enrollment systems, and so on, and counseling systems. And actually, Renee pointed out another significant change and response we made to a significant change in the number of international enrollees and how the international support organization, student support organization, has been combined. I also want to call out the progress that we've all made working together to combine our fundraising efforts. And one immediate and tangible result of that change is the COVID-19 appeal that quickly raised $400,000 to support emergency funding for students. The district's planned new fundraising campaign the planning is underway right now. Equity Can't Wait. While we haven't announced it yet, we have recruited several leading community members to lead that effort. This campaign will appeal to our donors' values of social justice, community recovery, economic recovery, and economic opportunity. The funds raised in this campaign will support transformative change at the colleges, such as new degrees, better and more equitable access to technology, and support student services aimed at Black male students to succeed in our colleges. The Seattle Colleges community faces many challenges because of the pandemic, recognition of centuries of systemic racism, and declining funding. I'm hopeful that we all see an opportunity in these challenges and work together to transform Seattle colleges to better serve all students this year and for years into the future. And to reinforce that point, I want to say that we do have to manage through the short-term challenges, but I'm really hopeful we do it with a long-term perspective about the prosperity and sustainability and resilience of the Seattle colleges. As several people mentioned in yesterday's convocation, including Dr. Johnson in his excellent keynote, we have to face our reality. And per James Baldwin, nothing can be changed until it's faced. I hope you will all join me in facing these challenges with an open mind, listening to each other with a focus on student success. 2020 brought a long-needed awakening about systemic racism. The Board of Trustees is committed to sustaining this effort and awakening and work on what we can influence. Yes, there are issues of systemic racism and policing injustice, but there are also issues of systemic racism in economic opportunity, healthcare, housing, and education. All of us in the Seattle Colleges community must step up to this fact in our systems so that Black, Indigenous, and people of color have higher success rates in our colleges and in their lives. As we all absorb the daily news, there is certainly much to be concerned about. But we all each also have an opportunity to lead. We can lead from where we are and influence toward a better future. You as educators are central to creating that better future. I am in awe of you and will do my best to join you in the creation of a better future for our students and our colleges. Thank you, and please take care and be safe. Dr. Pan.
Thank you, Trustee Hill. I want to thank North Seattle College's President Day Planning Committee for including me, inviting me to say a few words. What a wonderful, thoughtful gesture to start this convocation, President's Day, with a moment of remembrance for students impacted in the 5 years ago, ride the duck on the incident. The community, meaning North Seattle College's faculty, staff, administrators came together to address that terrible day and the ensuing several years of difficult moment. I wasn't part of North Seattle College back then, but I since have participated in several remembrance. I met a few students. In fact, I remember one particular student came back, attend a completed degree. That's what North Seattle College stands for. That it's, we will be there to extend our hands to students who are impacted. We're in a different situation, but in some way similar. We're in a moment of unprecedented global economy, global pandemics. I know our colleges and you all will come together to address this particular challenge. I'm grateful, fortunate we are us all the way from Texas, drive through the terrains, coming to take the leadership helm in the middle of the height of COVID-19. Thank you, Chemene. Thank you for your leadership. You brought with you dedication to the community college mission, years of comprehensive, diverse administrative experience. You are building a team. You have several interim vice president positions. You're working with all of them to provide the necessary leadership. So salute to you. You know, North Seattle College has always been considered as a North Star for students, for the community. And I think we need to continue to keep that in mind. We ought to be the North Star for the student who need us the most in this moment difficulty. Education continues to be the very important lever to achieve social change, to achieve equity for students and for community, particularly for underserved BIPOC students. I'm so grateful to our faculty, our staff, who have gone through just so much the last 6.5 months to pivot, to managing their challenge in their personal life, their own professional life, but also serving students, keeping the students together. There are lots of work done. You're really, truly the unsung heroes. So thank you, thank you. The district, as you know, has formed the emergency response team. I know North you do too. But many of your leaders, including Dr. Crawford, Pete, DeAndrea, John Lederer, has been very active coming together to provide wisdom, to provide the best experience, how we respond collectively, college by the system. So I'm thankful for your expertise, for your coming together to support each other. Needless to say, times are tough, but we can be tougher. We can be stronger when we come together. It shows that we have experience now. We have examples to know we can come together, face these challenges. As we start the new quarter, new academic year, let's stay healthy. Take care of ourselves physically and mentally. Let's stay engaged, connected. Let's be the North Star. Let's be the beacon for the students, for the community who need training, education. Best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Pan and Trustee Hill, for your kind remarks. Next up, I'm pleased to welcome our interim president, Dr. Chemene Crawford, to her first President's Day at North. And as an aside, I've enjoyed working with Dr. Crawford because she is so data-driven. Dr. Crawford, we are grateful for you for leading the college through this unforgettable year. We celebrate today as a fresh start to a new school year, and we're glad to have you take us forward. I'll hand it over to you, Dr. Crawford.
Thanks so much, everyone. I really appreciate the warm welcome. Good morning, and a welcome to another academic year. For me, I think this is year 35 or something. And it never gets old. Just for the record, I'm Dr. Chemene Crawford, your interim president. And for those of you who weren't here when I arrived, I became your interim president on June 1st in the midst of the COVID pandemic, which Dr. Pan mentioned. I left Dallas, Texas, just in time for them to ignore science, not follow directions, and experience an eruption of COVID cases. So I have to say thank you for choosing me to serve as your interim president. Your timing is impeccable. With all seriousness, though, this pandemic has changed the world as we have known it. And when it's over, our personal and professional lives will be very different. And the work that you've done this past spring, and some of you across the summer, has laid the foundation for what's going to be our new reality. Thank you for your hard work and your endurance. And let's take a moment to express our gratitude for our ability to come together and connect as a community before our academic year formally begins. Feel free to type positive vibes and expressions in the chat. And feel free to do that throughout this event. The theme for today is refresh and reboot. Even though we just came back some of us came back from a summer break, we still need to refresh and reboot. We need to change our view. One of the many things that I've noticed about our North Seattle College community is that we're committed to teaching and learning, promoting and enhancing equity, diversity, and inclusion, and we care about our environment. So I'm going to take the next few minutes to update you on what's been happening at the college while many of you were away. Your college executive team and staff have been working diligently to address the college's budget concerns due to COVID and also the long-term structural deficit issues that we're facing. You heard yesterday from our chancellor that the district overspent last year by a little more than $6 million, and at North Seattle College, we find ourselves having to address a $4 million structural deficit. And that is without the impact of COVID. To learn about North's budget and to help the college community understand our budget and the whys of it all, we held weekly budget meetings for about 8 weeks to be as transparent as possible regarding our budget challenges. These meetings were recorded and the links were distributed via email to all North Seattle College staff. And we're working diligently with the other Seattle colleges and the district office to come up with solutions that can create a more sustainable college district. Once the district budget is approved by the trustees, we'll begin to address the structure of the college. And with this size of structural deficit, fiscal deficit, it's inevitable that the college district and the college will have to be reorganized to serve our students more effectively and efficiently. And just as we had weekly budget meetings to share and talk about the budget, we'll also have meetings to discuss a new organizational structure for North, again, being transparent. We'll notify the college community, just as we did with the budget meetings, of the dates and times for these meetings and listening sessions. You'll begin to see more regular communications regarding all of the happenings at North. That includes correspondence or communication with students. So stay tuned and please read your email and check our website regularly. So now I'd like to move on to some exciting things that have been happening within a few of our areas. In instruction, and that's Pete Lortz and his team. Hooray, state enrollments were up above 105% for the summer. That tells us our community is still with us. Heather Price, chemistry faculty, led 10 faculty through professional development on embedding climate justice units within their curriculum. And this team will be sharing the information that they garnered with additional faculty in months to come. So that should be exciting. We have 4 new full-time faculty at North. And, you know, Tony and Pete will get more into staff recognition later, but I do want to call these 4 out. Adrian Lugg in adult basic education, Angel Kim in early childhood education, Deepa Bandaru in social justice and intersectionality studies, and William Berry in computer sciences. So if you want to chat, clap them, or say hello, please do. Make them feel welcome. And the science department has received an LSAP grant to continue our work on diversifying the STEM fields. So congratulations to you. We know that is so important. In my early college career, I was a STEM student and faced a family emergency and was told that because of my ethnicity and my gender, it wasn't very likely that I could be a STEM person. So, you know, these kinds of things make us who we are today, right? And so I know firsthand how important it is for us to promote STEM to non-traditional and traditional groups. STEM is so important for our future. So again, congratulations to you on that work. Student Services, Dr. Tony Castro and her team, you know, congratulations to you for pivoting, for being nimble, and providing online and remote student services. I know that is something new, but again, as I mentioned earlier, it's the future. I mean, we're going to be doing both. Once we're back face to face, we're not just going to stop and drop and not do those virtual, have those virtual connections. And as noted previously, we've exceeded our summer enrollment target, and fall is at about 80% of our target. So this reflects over 5,900 student head counts, 581, I think Tony updated me a few minutes ago, running start students, 179 international students, and 250 Seattle Promise students. So again, congratulations for that. Our community is still with us, so let's embrace. Our college's student services and resources websites and contact information are current. There's easy access via email, iChat, Zoom lobbies, Starfish appointments, and telephone. There's information sessions and college orientations that are also being conducted virtually. The first 2 weeks of the quarter, just FYI, Monday through Thursday, there'll be a Zoom lobby from 8 to 6:30. And then that second week, Monday through Thursday, from 8 to 5:30. So please feel free to refer students in that direction. Additional times will be posted and shared with the college community. And you'll also find information and easy to navigate with regards to our emergency funding page. As you know, there are many students who are in crisis right now, whether it be food insecurity, financial insecurity, and we've distributed about $200,000 in CARES funding since last spring, and that is in addition to traditional financial aid, and we're going to disperse the rest of the funds this fall and the winter quarter. So again, feel free to reach out to Brianne Sanchez and the financial aid staff if you have questions. Send students their way. I used to say when I was a financial aid director that, you know, I get paid to spend other people's money. And so it was a pleasure to spend federal money, state money, local money to promote student success and to help students. So I'm sure this staff feels the same way. Student Life and Multicultural Affairs celebrated our 2021 student leadership cohort, and they welcomed, trained, and onboarded 17 diverse student leaders who represent the intersections of identity and the rich diversity of our students, including BIPOC students of color, international, Running Start, our BAS students, transfer students, and professional and technical students. So congratulations to this year's student body president, Leah Scott, who is a Running Start student from Roosevelt High School. So this should be a great year. In the spirit of success and transforming lives, please don't hesitate to reach out to the student services staff who welcome opportunities to engage and support all students in getting on a path, staying on a path, and getting to the finish line. So thank you to the student services team. Administrative operations, that's Terrence Sau, VP Terrence Sau and his team. The business and facilities team have been working diligently all summer to keep our campus clean and safe and to plan for a much needed facelift during our time away from campus. And as you all know, the business office team has been in exploratory mode trying to decipher and clean up our budget. This has been an arduous task, and I want to thank Terrence, our interim VP, for diving into this work wholeheartedly. He and I have a running joke about turning over rocks each week and sharing what we found. And I can tell you there have been many aha moments, but I can assure you going forward that we won't be looking for needles in the haystacks in the future. So thank you, Terrence, to you and your team for the hard work. In the equity, diversity, and inclusion area, that's DeAndre Fisher and his team. North has made tremendous strides in our journey to become more equitable and more inclusive for everyone. So here's a few highlights. The Office of EDI partnered with the Institutional Research Office to develop the annual diversity report. DeAndre represented you well via a presentation to the Board of Trustees during their last meeting. And the model for that report, kudos to DeAndre and Stephanie Dykes, the model is going to be used for a district-wide report. So thank you all for diving into that work and setting the tone. North's MOU with Native Urban Alliance Clareski Youth Council. We're going to have their first class of seniors this fall at North. So that's really exciting. Also, the Indigenous Student Scholarship is set to be announced this fall. So keep your eyes open for that. The Non-Instructional Word Captioning Task Force has implemented word captioning accessibility technology for our virtual meetings. And partial support for this initiative came from the North Seattle College Foundation. And I'll tell you a little bit more about their contributions this year as well. And we are so proud that we were awarded a 5-year TRIO Student Support Services grant to support our underserved and first-generation students. That is huge for North. We would really have to mess up to lose a TRIO Student Support Services grant, and we don't intend to do that. So DeAndre and his staff have been working diligently to get us off to a super strong start with that TRIO program. It can help so many of our students. So thank you for that work. And the Equity and Welcome Center has hosted over 50 lounges for BIPOC students and holding spaces for crucial conversations for faculty, staff, and students. And those have been wonderful. We have created an environment of trust and sharing and comfort. So thank you again to the EDI team for those. Lastly, we'd like to congratulate the Inclusion Advocate Program for winning the 2019-2020 Innovation of the Year Award. So give them a virtual hand clap, if you will. While we recognize these accomplishments and progress, we also realize that there's more work to be done, and it is clear this community remains committed to leading with equity. So let's talk about CTC Link. How about that? So as we begin fall quarter, we also begin the home stretch, and I say home stretch, in our preparedness for our transition to CTC Link. Having been through one of these types of transitions with the PeopleSoft solution, as they call it, I completely understand and feel the pain. I have felt the pain, and thank you all so much for hanging in there. For those of you who aren't aware, CTC is a new district-wide data management system that will improve and standardize our data processes and will benefit student service. And also it's a statewide solution as well. CTC Link is set to go live for us in 5 months, so mark your calendar, February 22nd, 2021. It'll go live here at North, Central, and South at the same time on the same date. So mark your calendar. So far, the initial work, setup, and data testing have gone very well, thanks to so many of you here at North and across the district. Again, this is a lot of work, a lot of records cleanup, and you all have just done a deep dive and handled it. So thank you so much. Things will accelerate for CTC Link in the final months up to deployment. And our normal operations will be impacted as many staff members train, test, and prepare for launch. So we do ask for your patience with our staff, the staff involved in CTC Link. Completing the training associated with your job responsibilities is essential for a smooth transition. I signed up for mine yesterday. So please visit the Seattle College's CTC Link website to learn about online training and what you need to do, and try to space it out. It's asynchronous, so you can do it on your time, but please don't wait until the last minute and do that. So additional training will be offered in December as well. Excuse me, the District CTC Link Work Group, as well as the North Seattle College Work Group, appreciate your dedication. This is a significant change for us, and it's going to make all the difference. So thank you so much. 50th anniversary celebration. This is our 50th year. And so we are going to have a celebration. The team had to shift gears. We'll do a lot of recording and virtual work, but we are going to celebrate. And from what I've seen from this group so far, it's going to be a pretty good celebration. In the 50-year history, North Seattle College has educated thousands of students and made positive contributions to the lives of those students, their families, and our community. We will absolutely have an opportunity to celebrate. And we look forward to the day when we can celebrate in person, face to face in some way. So you'll hear about more of the creative ways that the planning team has devised for us to celebrate. And I just want to do a shout out, if you will, to the North Seattle College Foundation. They have provided North Seattle College with $300,000 for the 2021 academic year to support students, to support student success, which includes faculty support and development. So I want to publicly express our sincere gratitude for their support of North and our students. Excuse me, and as you know, the light rail is coming. Our bridge is coming, it's happening. It's scheduled to open late 2021, but as we get closer to that point in time, we're going to inundate you with information. This is a great opportunity for North. This could create an additional revenue stream for North and absolutely impact enrollment for North. So stay tuned for more information. Oh, excuse me. Finally, I want you to know that it's my goal in the coming months to work with the college community, our sister colleges, and the district office to stabilize our college budget, work with all of you to create a new North reorganization, revisit and implement true strategic enrollment management, because strategic enrollment management, can't talk this morning, is everyone's business, and we'll approach it as such. I plan to fully engage on your behalf with the district office to address a college and district reorganization, and we can work diligently together to garner resources to improve the safety and security of our campus and facilities, to assure North is a place where students feel proud to attend, and that our neighbors continue to be proud to have us in the community. So with that, I will end, and I want to say thank you for all that you do for our students, and I wish you a wonderful academic year, and we'll see each other again soon.
Thank you so much, Dr. Crawford. It was very inspiring to hear your words. And I also want to just take this moment to say how inspired I am by all my colleagues at North. I was also impressed with the convocations yesterday and Dr. Johnson's keynote speaker. And it is truly apparent to me that our institution and our faculty and staff and the AVPs across the district are really working hard to support students, to support BIPOC students, and to make our colleges truly equitable. And so I just, the chat has just been really great, and I want to say thank you to all of my colleagues for that. So now for the next part of our program, speaking of colleagues, we're going to announce our new employees who have joined us since last President's Day, as well as some of our colleagues who have had new roles. And for that, I would like to turn it over to Vice President of Instruction, Pete Lords, and Vice President of Student Services, Tony Castro. And Pete, I just want you to know I'm wearing my tree frog just for you today.
Morning all. It is a pleasure to be in my 26th convocation, but my first as an official tree frog. And for those who have been working on the tree frog as a mascot for the decades that it's taken, congratulations to you all. And it is awesome to welcome everybody into this crazy start of 2020-2021 year. Tony?
Good morning, my dear student, faculty, staff, and administrative colleagues. It's great to be with you this morning. I am celebrating my second President's Day and Convocation Week with you all, and just want to thank you for your collegiality. And it's been a real pleasure to be a part of the North Star community. Go Pacific Tree Frogs. Thank you, Pete. Back to you.
All right, so now it's our tradition, although a little bit different this year, to welcome new employees on campus since the last President's Day, as well as employees that have shifted positions. And for those of you who have been to an in-person President's Day, you know this is the point where we're passing the microphone around and letting employees introduce themselves. But for this Zoom environment, Tony and I have the privilege of reading off the names, and you'll see names and positions on the PowerPoint slides. Ding. Next slide, please. Benjamin Dunkman Howlett, Kelly Postain, Jawahir Ali, Ragantinya Hansen, Adrian Lugg, Jenny McCulloch, Kristen Rooks, Jacob Brodsky, Christina Chang, Sophia Friedman, Kelly Froh, and Amelia Hertog.
Michelle Hops, Victoria John, Julia Marshall, James Putnam, Dorothy Schlim, Brianna Wilson, Joshua Ernst, Ling Chun, Bandaru Deepa, Almani Dominique, Jonathan Greenberg, Jeffrey Janozik, Ellen Yanni, and Susan Elotrico.
Rod Pasquale, Emily Rodriguez, Kanika Styron, Cassandra Christopher, Brian Quee, Travis Knowles, Barry Rickman, Terrence Shao, Courtney Schneider, Marisol Zacharias, Sarah Hill, and Lorraine Odom.
Jamile Al Masood, Nina Anderson, Edgar Brovik, Amanda Chung, Nicole Cook, Rebecca Cook, Jane Copa, Kevin Debs, Heidi Dang, Kitaki Desai, Nathaniel Ebel, Juliet Escobar, Jeffrey Hoy, Leanne Dittmar.
Benjamin McCook, Carly Meek, Alyssa Munoz, Lihi Netzer Tito, Taran Wren, Benjamin Roberts, Alidia Songerman, Anna Saradeth, Christina Whiter, Brennan Yasuda, Deanne Jones, Angel Kim.
We'd also like to recognize employees who are serving the North Star in new roles. Alex Flores, Arnulfo Ramirez, Christopher McDiffit, Kalai Rodriguez, Keith Pfeiffer, Sarush Malecki, Natalia Tiasova, Aurelia Howard, and William Berry.
Ding. Julius Rodriguez, Ona Fisher, Elijah Gerard, Fentoness Kashu, Blake Pitt, Brian Gamboa, Darcy Callahan, Lorena Hernandez, and Meseret Tesfaye.
Please join me in congratulating and welcoming all of the new employees who joined the North Star community this year. We extend a huge congratulations and wish you well. We're so happy to have you.
Congrats to all, welcome to all, and let's make this a memorable, let's us make this a memorable year.
Thank you. And back to you, Dr. Stephanie Dykes.
Thank you, Pete and Tony. It's now time to meet our new student leaders for this academic year. These students represent their peers and the entire North student body. They give a lot of themselves in their work, so let's give them our time, attention, and thanks. Dr. Mary Acup-Nash will now introduce the new student leaders.
Good morning, everyone. Before I introduce, well, they're going to do something we call popcorn. They've been training all week, actually for the last 2 weeks, and so they do know what I mean when I say they're going to do the popcorn. But I just want to give the board supervisors a shout out because they tirelessly actually did a lot of work for the training. And they actually changed intentionally the hiring practices for our student leadership team to keep equity at the core of their work. And so those leaders are Elijah Gerard, Michaela Harris, Jenna Coffey-Leonard, Rose Buchanan, Lorraine Odom, and the chair of the hiring committee was Christy Santos, along with Michaela Harris. So they were hired using equity at the core. And now I would like to introduce the student leaders for the academic year 2020. They have their Pacific Tree Frog shirts on, and if you were to meet them in present, you would see the shirts, and I think some of the students can show off those as they introduce themselves. We're going to go by boards. We have 3 boards this year: student organizations, and if you are a student leader on student organization, please do popcorn. I'm going to pick on somebody if someone doesn't start. Gia.
Hi, everybody. My name is Gia. I'm on the student organizations for equity and engagement. Is there anything else?
Your pronouns?
Yes, she, her.
Great. And then we'll popcorn to the next person. Vita.
Hi, I'm Vita. I use they, them, and I'm on the student board for student orgs for engagement and equity. And I will pass it off to Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia Lewicki. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm actually on the governance and advocacy board. Has Leah Scott gone yet? If Leah Scott has already gone, then I guess I'll do Talia.
Wait, is my mic not working?
Oh, okay.
There's Leah.
Sorry, I was trying to get my mic together, but I guess it doesn't matter now. My name is Leah Scott. I'm on the Governance and Advocacy Board, and I'm the student body president for this year, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm excited to be here, and I'll go ahead and pass it to Talia.
Hey everyone, I'm Talia Glick. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm also on the Governance Advocacy for Equity and Sustainability Board with Leah and Julia. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Ariana. Are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Talia. My name is Ariana Santos. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm on the student organizations for equity and engagement this year. I'll pass it on to, I think Jordan's here.
Jordan's house is flooding, so pass it to another person maybe.
Is Koser here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, everyone. My name is Koser Hersey, and I'm the Communications Liaison for the Student Orgs for Equity and Engagement Board, and my pronouns are she, her. I pass it on to whoever can speak up next.
Sammy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Sammy Lai. I use she, her pronouns, and I work on events board. And I pass it on to Caroline.
Hi, my name is Caroline. I'm an international student. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm also on the events board. I would like to pass it on to Nicola, if she hasn't gone yet.
Thanks, Caroline. My name's Nicola. I'm use she, her pronouns. I'm the communications liaison for the Multicultural Events and Service Board. And I would like to pass it to Sabrina.
Hi, I apologize, but I'm on the phone with my doctor, so I have to step away. I apologize. Whoever needs to go next, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. I'll be right back. Thank you.
And then I think Alliance.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Alliance and I come from Cameroon, which is the central part of Africa, and I use she, her pronoun. This year I will work with event boards. Thank you. And the next person will be, let me think. I have no idea.
How about Malika?
Thank you.
You're muted, Malika.
I always do this. Hi, everybody. This is I use she, her, hers pronouns. I am the member and liaison of the Governance and Advocacy on Equity and Sustainability Board this year, and I am super interested to be working with everyone.
How about Raheem?
Yeah.
Well, go on. For those who don't know me, my name is Raheem. I am a former equality board member. Now I am working with advocacy and sustainability. And yeah.
Sarah Fenton.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I use she, her, and hers for my pronouns, and I'm working with the Governance and Advocacy Board this year. I think, did we get everyone? Because I've been kind of scrolling through. I'm not sure if there's anybody else.
There's a few students that aren't here today, such as AJ and
Emiliano.
And who just left?
Can I?
Sabrina?
Hi, sorry about that, guys. I had an important phone call with my doctor, my son's doctor. So I'm Sabrina Springer. I go by pronoun she, her, and I'm part of the events board, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Those are our student leaders for this academic year.
Thank you so much, Mary. I got a chance to meet them earlier, and they really are a great group of students. And, you know, I always have a little bit of my heart in student leadership. So next up, I want to welcome representatives from our classified faculty and pro staff unions who will share a few words. These are the folks that come up to represent us in our employee teams and go to bat for us almost every day, I feel like. So I'm really grateful for our unions. And we're going to start with our first union welcome from the WFC representative, Sabrina Woodson.
Hello, everyone. If you don't know who your shop stewards are and what they do, I am a shop steward, and Casey Chow is a shop steward. I think Matthew Davenhall, Steve Hoffman, and Seth and tweet are also shop stewards. So if you have a grievance you want to file, or if you just need somebody to talk to about your situation, talk to anyone of us. Okay, I think that's about it. Am I forgetting anything? I don't know.
And now our
Roberta.
Yeah. Our AFT Pro staff, Carla.
I'm sorry. Okay, hi, this is Carla. Hello, everyone. I'm the new professional staff vice president at the North Campus. And the first thing I'd like to do is voice appreciation for my predecessor, Jane Strom-Streeb. Jane has been the assistant registrar here at North for a long time. And for the last 4 years, she was in this vice presidential position. She did a fabulous job, and we're so grateful to her for her work and her commitment to the union, to our members, and to this institution. So Jane, if you're out there and you can hear me, thank you, thank you, thank you. To the new and existing professional staff members that are here today, this is an invitation for you to engage with us. In addition to myself, we have 2 other executive board members that are located on the North Campus, and that's Coral Celine Martel and Terry O'Malley. If you have questions or concerns about anything, or you just want information, please reach out to any of us. I think communication and engagement is vital to keeping our union and our college communities working together, as we find the best solutions for some of the issues that are facing us coming up. So I think it's especially important to get together while so many of us are isolated as we work remotely. I love our campus in the fall. I love the color of the trees, the ivy on the towers, the fog in the morning, and even the anxious students every 5 minutes asking you for directions to where their class is. But this fall is going to be different. This fall, we're going to have to enjoy the leaves from afar, and we'll have to engage with students online. Even so, I think it still represents a beginning for us here in education. In accordance with the President's Day theme, fall is a time to reboot and refresh and rethink. Especially after the spring and summer that we had, it's especially important if we're going to address the challenges that are facing us with the equity, empathy, and resolve that we all know is really necessary. So stay healthy and safe, everyone, and we will navigate this twisting pathway together. Have a great fall and year. Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Up next, our AFT faculty representative.
Hi, I'm Davine Ayers, and I am your AFT Faculty Senate President at North. I'd like to welcome everybody back. Let me introduce the officers for our Faculty Senate. Suzanne Schlater, Elizabeth Goulet, and Tracy Furutani. And then your senators, Jeff Palmer, Carolyn Conley, Ralph Janney, Deanna Lee, Michael Stephenson, David McConnell, Ninder Gill, and Earl Sedlett. We do have a few openings, so we'll be contacting some of you through your divisions. You know, it's, everyone has said it, it's an interesting time. But for us in our union, this is an unexpected extension to a negotiating year. So we are negotiating a new contract right now. And what I'd like to say is, you know, we keep hearing about budget shortfalls, but did you know that in the last 6 years, the support for instruction has decreased from 51% to 41% in our district. That's a 20% decrease in the last 6 years. I say we've met our budget decrease already for this COVID interesting season. In light of the fact that we're negotiating, we could use everyone's help, and you want to be a member because as a member, you get to vote. Let me know if you'd like to help out. Let me know if you'd like to be a member and you're not sure if you're a member, we'll be glad to look that up. The Senate meets the first Wednesday of every month, and I'll be sending out an invitation to all the faculty shortly. Please look for that. And look for email from David Kroll, your negotiations chair, and Annette Stouffer, your district AFT president. Thanks for letting me speak, and back to you.
Thanks, unions, for all you do. Now, just because we're remote today doesn't mean we're missing out on the traditional President's Day skit. Let's see what Dan Tarker has in store for us. Over to you, Dan.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Thanks, everybody. I don't really have anything to say. They asked me to do an introduction for the skit. I really would rather just let the thing speak for itself. A couple things I will say is looking at myself in the Zoom mirror, I can see that my COVID hair is growing out, as I'm sure all of you are growing your hair out long, but I thought I'd share this picture from a production I did years ago where my hair was even longer. I don't know if you could see it or if it showed up. I don't know, maybe it didn't work. Anyways, I have this big full beard. So this introduction is not going well at all. So I will just let the skit speak for itself and enjoy.
We're all trying to cope. I mean, sometimes I've got to turn on the ABBA, Dancing Queen. I'm weeping uncontrollably and have to stuff my face with salted caramel chocolates. Then I realize I've got to throw the scale out the bathroom window.
I try to take walks, get some sun and fresh air, but people have gone nuts. The other day, someone actually threw a bathroom scale right at my head.
Whoever's kid is torturing practicing the violin, please mute yourself.
Hey, you're muted. M-U-T-E-D. Muted. Muted.
What day is it? Is it Friday? Oh, I hope it's Friday.
Student. Wait, I was supposed to watch the video lectures? But I thought I just had to read the PowerPoints. Me.
If you're going to eat potato chips with your mouth open, please mute yourself.
It's Monday. It feels like a Monday.
I like working alone on campus. Nobody is looking, so I can write fake news for my secret propaganda blog in an effort to destabilize society so that I can step into the leadership void and assume total world domination. You gotta make people's information illiteracy work for you.
Is it Saturday? I think it's Saturday. Is it?
My dog came up and pooped right next to me while I was lecturing.
It's all in Canvas. Everything you need to know about the class is on Canvas.
You know what's fun about the gallery view in Zoom? Sometimes I like to pick on someone at random and then stare at them to see if their hair will rise on their head and if they get all creepy and if they just feel my gaze, and then maybe they'll actually stare at me back.
Sometimes when I'm on Zoom, I feel like somebody's staring at me. It makes my hair stand up. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid, but.
Great.
Can I share my screen?
All right, folks. Thanks for everyone who was able to make it out to today's Zoom workshop. I really appreciate it. We'll have another one tomorrow, Wednesday at 1 p.m. So, oh wait, I'm seeing in the chat. Today's Wednesday. Sorry, today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
Can I share my screen, please?
It's Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Oh, shoot, it's Wednesday.
Can I please share my screen? Sharing my screen is my favorite.
I was literally in the middle of a professional development training on mindfulness when a rooster started crowing outside my window. My neighbor began mowing his lawn, and now some construction workers have a freaking jackhammer going outside my window. But I was proud of myself. I was still the model of mindfulness.
I've never seen anyone scream so loudly. It wasn't very mindful.
Tuesday? It's Tuesday. I don't need to see a calendar. I know it's Tuesday.
New dystopian apocalyptic hellscape grading policy. Everyone gets an A.
The very first time I taught live on Zoom, I had a babysitter here with my daughter. She's 4 years old, and she wanted to be on camera to see what was happening. So she was not having it. She was screaming her head off. All my students heard it, so I had to end class early, and her murderous rage was just echoing throughout the entire universe.
There's lots of anxiety. I mean, you can really feel it in the air. So what I've done is I make my students ASMR videos. Relax. It's time to study. Are you ready to study? Relax and take some notes. Can you feel your brain tingle? Feel it tingle. 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 Tingle.
The most important day of the week is Tuesday, garbage day.
I recorded this hour-long video lecture, then I realized my mic was off.
The second most important day of the week is Monday, garbage day eve.
I had a student show up for my fitness class dressed like a Twinkie.
The third most important day of the week is Wednesday. That's the day I see my shrink.
Yeah, I retired in 2016, but I just can't let go of North. So I'm still taking classes there. Actually, I showed up for one dressed as a Twinkie.
So we're in a budget meeting, and I'm not going to name names, but this person who does have a name and a job title, this person turns off their mic but forgets to turn off their camera. And the next thing you know, they get up, they go to a couch in the back room, and they start making out with someone who I imagine is their significant other. I mean, they are sharing a lot of microscopic particles with each other, and we're all in the background screaming, hey, that ain't exactly social distancing, at least put on some damn masks.
I drink tree frogs when I'm on Zoom, as many as I can.
Sasquatches are my go-to.
Lime vodka, grapefruit juice, and Maui Hawaiian schnapps.
Rittenhouse rye, Applejack brandy, apple spice bitters, smoked brown sugar syrup, a cinnamon stick, ice cubes, and apple slices.
Oh yeah, this will get you through any budget meeting.
It's a perfect cure for a post-college council headache.
Please don't use Zoom as a mirror to put on your makeup.
I hate being the first person to arrive for a Zoom meeting. Where is everybody at? Is it the right day? Did the meeting get canceled? The trauma is real.
Oh no, another email. Do I have to answer it?
If you're going to use the bathroom, please mute yourself.
Oh, do I have to do those timesheets now?
So I'm teaching, and my little one walks up and completely naked and hits the button on his fart machine. It's those precious moments that make it all worthwhile.
Do I have to exercise?
I had a student fart so long and loud that the speaker window went back to them, and the screen window said their name, and it was the Purple People Eater.
Was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned.
What's everybody looking at?
A one-eyed,
Purple people.
flying purple people eater sure looks strange to me.
My wife and kids started feeding squirrels nuts on our back porch. Now we have a bold, demanding squirrel out there, and anytime I go out to take a break, there's the squirrel. It's herky-jerky too, like all squirrels, but it's demanding. It runs right up to you, and I don't like squirrels running up to me. Get away from me, squirrel, you might have COVID. And then it looks at us through the sliding glass door like it's Oliver or something. Please, sir, can I have some more nuts? And don't even get me started on the crows. They've started feeding them too. I'm old. Get off my porch, squirrels and crows.
I love the COVID dreams. Have you experienced any of those? They're so intense. I had this one dream where there was this global pandemic. We all had to learn Zoom and Canvas overnight. And there were these fires, elections, masks, and hand sanitizer. Then I woke up and was like, damn, I'm glad that's not really happening. See, you're part of my nightmare. I will wake up. I will.
What day is this? Monday? Might be Tuesday.
Maybe we should just invent a new day called every day, any day, someday, or ditto day.
Sometimes I just sing show tunes to get me through the day. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that
there'll be sun. Oh, just thinking about.
Hi, North friends. I sure miss you. I'm just popping in to say good luck this year. I know you're going to do great things. Hey, North Seattle College. I hope you have a great year. Go out, do awesome things. Your students depend on you and they love you, and I do too. Mwah!
All my friends at North, just want to wish you a great fall start and a wonderful year in spite of all the challenges we're facing this year. Best wishes.
Hey North, I miss you. I drive by there all the time. I know it's rough times right now, but I have faith in you. I know you're going to make it through. Have a great year.
Hi, North Seattle College. Have a great academic year. I know you're going to lean in and support each other and have many wonderful days in the year to come. Best wishes.
I miss you all. I hope you're well. I hope you're living through this unbelievable time, like a science fiction novel we're living in. Much love. Goodbye.
Hello, North. I miss you. I hope that this upcoming year is a good year for you. You all deserve it.
Hi, North. There's one good thing about online classes, and that's that you don't have to wear a mask. You can see your classmates smile. Have a great fall quarter and a great year. I know you can do this. Just keep learning, because learning changes lives.
Tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow.
Wow, Dan. I am like, I can't even right now. That was amazing. Do you want to say
Thanks. I
anything?
did turn my camera off because I was doing what I normally do when on the live productions where I'm in the back of the room pacing nervously.
I have to say, every year I anticipate your skits, and every year I think you top yourself. So that was just great. And if you could share the link for the video in the chat, that would be great. I'm sure a lot of people would love to watch that again and see all those familiar faces. I can't believe how many people you got to be in that video. Yeah, I feel like I need a tree frog now. Is that what it was, Ariana? So, whew, yeah, thanks, Ariana. I'll hit you up later. I have to get myself together a little bit. That was so good. Now we want to say thank you to all of you. We know that this year has required us to work incredibly hard due to the pandemic. And we want to thank you for coming together today to keep our sense of community strong. I can't tell you enough how proud I am to be part of North Seattle College, and what a wonderful community this is, because I appreciate all my colleagues so much every day. In order to show appreciation and as a small gesture of thanks, we are drawing names for President's Day prizes. So those of you who RSVP'd today were entered in the drawing, and Annie Kellycamp is going to tell us about the prizes and announce our winners. Take it away, Annie.
Hi, thanks, Renee. Yeah, I have all the feels from that video, so forgive me. I'm going to try to get through this, but I'm Annie. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an admin assistant in the president's office, and I have to say that I have a super fun job today that I get to announce the President's Day prize winners. This year, the President's Day Committee decided to use this opportunity to support some local Black and Native-owned businesses, and winners will get to choose their prize from a selection of amazing items. So after the event, I will follow up with the winners to get that all sorted out. So now to the prizes. The winners will be able to choose from the following items. So as you can see on the slideshow, you can choose from a selection of socks from this local Native-owned and operated business, 8th Generation. They are boldly reclaiming control over the market for products featuring Native art. And there are a bunch of different styles, and they're amazing, so it's very cool. You can also choose from seasonings from Urban Farm Northwest. This is a local Black-owned business with herbs and peppers grown by hand in rich, all-natural soil right out of North Seattle. So that's super fun. We also have Shea Cream from Queen Care. This is a local Black-owned business where each handcrafted product is infused with good energy, love, and natural ingredients. And a portion of the proceeds benefit youth programming in the Seattle-King County area. And then we also have 5 single-use passes to the Woodland Park Zoo. So, all right, we're gonna have 8 winners now and additional winners drawn later from the attendees in the breakout sessions. So make sure you go to a breakout session for another chance to win. So drum roll, please. I should have gotten a drum roll sound. Just imagine you're hearing a drum roll. The winners are Al Burns, Scott Roush, Tracy Furutani, Sabrina Springer, Alexander Matlock, Kaylin Owens, Lisa Sanford, and Lynn Trepp. Yay! Congratulations. You will be hearing from me soon to get your selections and shipping set up. And thank you to everyone for coming today. Now back to our incredible MCs. Thanks.
Thank you, Annie. And what I would say is, even if you don't win a prize, please try to patronize one of those businesses. You know, the pandemic has been especially hard on small businesses, and especially small businesses owned by people of color. So that would be a great thing. So don't forget, we have this annual tradition when we're together of glomming together and doing the photo shoot. So this year, of course, is a little different because of the pandemic. So we're now going to have a photo shoot, and it'll be like a series of screenshots that that someone with more technical knowledge than I have will do. So so Sonia, take it away and let us know when we can, you know, when we're done with the photo shoot.
All right, smile everybody. We're going to take a couple of screenshots here. Keeping up with our tradition. All right, we got it. Thank you. And hey, Stephanie, before I turn it back to you, I wanted to update our breakout session times. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you can join us for the breakout sessions too, which are a chance for everyone to catch up and say hello and chat with each other. We're running just a little bit behind, so we are going to start our first breakout session at 11:35, and then our second breakout session at 11:55. So breakout hosts and everyone, those are our new times: 11:35 to start the first session, 11:55 to start the second. And a big shout out to Annie Kelly Camp and Rocky Phelps for coordinating all those breakout sessions and giving us a chance to come together and chat. And Stephanie, I'll turn it to you to close us out.
Okie doke. So thanks everyone again for joining. I know this year's really different. So please go to one of the breakout sessions, and we're going to try to close this meeting down in about 2 minutes. You know, so it's now 11:30. So at 11:32, this meeting will end. So please be exiting so that you don't get exited on. But have a great year, and again, Dan, that skit was just amazing. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Have a good year.
Thank you, everyone. Happy President's Day.
Everybody, have a good quarter.
Thank you, MCs.
Thank you, MCs. Great work, Renee and Stephanie. And kudos and salute to the planning committee. Awesome.
Thank you to everyone who contributed in the chat.
And don't forget to save the chat.
Save the chat so you can get all that great information, like the link to Dan's video.
Great to see everybody. Thank you so much, Renee and Stephanie. You're awesome.
Thanks, Sonia. You're awesome. I like you and Rocky's hat coordination today. I think that's especially on point for the marketing team. And also, do we want to resend the Zoom links for the breakout sessions to everyone?
Yeah, so hi, this is one of the interpreters. We don't have the links to the Zoom session, so we're not sure which one Tommy's in.
Uh-oh.
I can type my email in the chat if that works.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll follow up with you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting a lot of emails today, so putting that at the breakout rooms at the top of their inboxes will probably be helpful. For those of you who are wondering how to join a breakout room, check your email, because there'll be an email in your inbox with a separate Zoom link for the ones that you want to do. And there's breakout rooms like the foodie breakout room. There's meet and greet with Dr. Crawford. There's a Annie, what are some of the other ones? I'm blanking right now.
Yeah, TV and movies.
Your kids,
gardening.
kids and pets.
Oh yeah, kids and pets.
Kids and pets.
Zen, which we'll have to check on the time actually.
Home improvement.
Home improvement. Yeah. Mantras for staying healthy during COVID.
Okay, so I want to be mindful of Coral's time because she has to start another Zoom room, and I think she's the host of this one. So, or Sonia, are you?
We are co-hosts, yes.
Okay.
And I'm also hosting a breakout session.
So we're gonna.
I can't join another meeting until this one ends.
Okay, so we're gonna ask that everyone leaves, or it's just gonna end abruptly. So this is your last warning.
Thanks, Renee. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you for coming. It was great. Okay, so I'm going to end the meeting for all. So long, everyone. Have a great morning.